This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Can I just say thank you very much for supporting the channel and supporting the streams, as you always do. It's very much appreciated. Right, we're going to take a quick look now at a horse that has just won tonight, the 29th of July. In America at Saratoga in a 6 furlong Grade 2 race called the Amsterdam Stakes. The horse in question is called New York Thunder. People there will actually see that it's owned by people familiar to racing followers in the UK. It is owned by the USA branch of Ammo Racing. Very good performance tonight in the Amsterdam Stakes to take his record to 4 starts and 4 victories. People will see there that he's also a previous winner of the Woodstock Stakes at, I'm going to say, Woodbine, W-O, possibly. People will see there that it's family 8K. Before let's take a look at a few dams and see what we've got. The first dam, the horse, of course, sired by Nyquist out of a dam called Start Over, who herself is out of a horse called Midshipman, out of a Midshipman sired dam, called Start Over, who was in fact unraced. The second dam, who was a foaled in 2012 Wipeout by Hard Spun, is also unraced. The third dam, Surf Club, foaled in 1998, has raced. She actually raced 23 starts according to Thoroughbred Online database, winning 6 starts, accumulating $114,000. And it was then really, and the fourth dam, we're going to take a look, before we take a look at some relatives. Horns Grey, a very durable mare, from what I remember, yes. She actually raced 52 times in her career, being placed in the first 3 on 20 occasions, 12 starts, 12 wins, 11 places and 7 shows for just over $118,000. Plenty of races won there. I don't think any of them, I don't know whether they were stakes races or not. And the fifth dam, Cox's Angel, foaled in 1986. According to these, is again unraced. Quite hard it was to find some clues about this horse. To do some digging and use some resources to find out something about it. Obviously, we knew that it was line 8K, so obviously we head to bloodlines.net, a fantastic site on the internet. Unfortunately, I was having problems at the moment. We've had various login problems recently, but so we've had to go through the Wayback Machine, archive.org, to find what we wanted. And we had to go a fair way back on this horse. I'm not going to go through again after just reversing them. And the dam we had to go to, I have as well, was in a fold a long way ago before we got on the line we needed to be. We had Recede, fold in 1927, was the 10th dam. We had to go about that time. We had to go back to Retain, who was in fact the 13th dam, of New York Thunder. So we had to go a fair way back before we could work out where we were, even on the legacy line. This horse took some tracking down. That took us to horses such as Vito, who won the 1928 Belmont, and the US 2-year-old of the year in 1918, a horse called Eternal, who won 9 out of 18 starts. 10th in the Kentucky Derby, sadly passed away in 1941. Then we used another site, Aryan Pedigrees. There's another fantastic site that we use to try and track stallions off the dam lines. So what we did is we entered the fourth dam. So let's go back to about there. We entered Cox's Angel, I think it was, into the stallion database, stallion roster, and then it gives you a list of countries, and then you just enter one of the dams. And it led us to some nice stallions at the moment in stud off this dam line. Constitution, who won the Florida Derby of 2014. He was also third in the Clark Handicap, and he was also a Group 1 winner at 4 in the Don Handicap. Very good stallion. Stallion of sires. Stallion of sires now he is. 2 of them, such as horses like Tis the Law and Independence Hall, who is also at stud. And he was also the champion stallion of Chile last year. Fantastic stallion. I knew it was when we found horses like Tis the Law and Independence Hall with good solid dam sides. And they were holding their own. You know, he was battling American Pharaoh for best first season crop in that year. And Tis the Law, you know, he's a very good flag bearer for the horse. So, and also we found another one. Before we look at that Constitution, you see how good a stallion he is. In very few crops, he's already sired 26 graded stakes winners and 48 stakes winners around the world, who have been responsible for nearly 100 stakes winners and 42 graded stakes winners collectively. That is 26 different horses have won 42 graded races. You'll see really that it's USA and Chile all day long. Chile especially, where he is really thriving, which is fantastic to see. You know, very good. I have it below Argentina, but I do like to take a look at the odd Chilean horse that comes across to America if I see one. You know, very interesting racing out there. I've always liked South American racing because I've talked about it with Monica McCarthy before. I think they're proud people. They love their horses. They think they know what they're doing, and they don't like getting beat. You know, and that's paid dividends for me over the years, following Argentinian horses mainly. Horses that won, that like the Breeders' Cup, the horse that won so well at the Breeders' Cup the other year. I can't remember what the name of it now was. Blue Flag or something like that. Blue Stripe, that's the one. We also found MC. MC is, I think, Constitution's half brother by Unbridled Song. There he is. Oh no, the Dam of Baffled. Baffled, the Dam of Constitution, is a half sister to MC, who's again won 4 out of 8 starts in America, one Group 1 winner of the 4 Go Stakes. He's also third in the Alfred G. Vanderbilt Handicap as well, Group 1, and he is stallion in Brazil. So again, another one who's doing some covering, but not as much. You see, we found him on the Brazilian section. After this, I'll click on this and show you what the section looks like in case you want to start using these sites. You'll see there that he's not sired nearly as many as Constitution. He's 162 in all those years. Constitution did in 1 year, 184 in 2021. So MC on very reduced numbers to Constitution has managed to sire 4 individual stakes winners, 4 stakes winners and 1 graded stakes winner, which isn't really advertising his wares. 55 runners in the USA and 48 in Brazil, where the only graded winner in Brazil was La La La. There it is there. Look, it won that race there. The Gavea Grand Prix Zela Gonzaga. Peric Soto de Castro, grade 1. Lovely. So not as much there as there is from Constitution, but at least he's getting to sire a few. You know, so we can trace this pedigree back to classic winners over 100 years ago, albeit Belmont winners at quite a low level. There's not much there in the Roll of Honour. And Eternal was another good horse even before that. Champion 2-year-old colt a couple of years before that. And then we can trace it to what I think is an underrated stallion in the modern day, Constitution. And the dams are what they are. But it's an interesting horse, I think. You know, I don't think Ammo Racing are in racing to mess about. You know, you've seen that to a certain extent in the UK already, where they bid for King George tomorrow with the horse, King George Glory tomorrow with the horse that August Rodin beat in the Derby. You know, they've had a Grade 2 winner over in the States. You know, very interesting that they're trying to branch out in this fashion. So let's watch this horse run and win the Amsterdam Stakes tonight, and then we'll wrap up this video, I think.
Outside. They're in the gate. And they're off in the Amsterdam, and Rivet bobbled as the gate opened. And so New York Thunder is able to get a clear-cut lead. Drew's Gold immediately guided off the rail, and Rivet is now third with 3 lengths to make up. Then Deer District and a break of 4, back to Gilmore. New York Thunder sails toward the half-mile pole with a 3-length lead. Drew's Gold, Perfect Trip second. It's now 3 back to Rivet. The opening quarter went in 21 2/5 seconds. Deer District trying to make some headway at the rails, 6 off the pace, and it's a long way back to Gilmore. New York Thunder in front, but here comes Drew's Gold. Drew's Gold within a half length. New York Thunder lets it out a notch once again. 43 2 for the half. These two have pulled well clear of Deer District on the inside of Rivet. They're at the top of the stretch, and New York Thunder means business. Opens up 2.5. Drew's Gold made that big bid, but is now 3 lengths behind New York Thunder, turning in a powerful performance in the Amsterdam. New York Thunder rallies to win by 7. Tight photo between Deer District and Drew's Gold. 114.65 the running.
Very impressive performance there by New York Thunder. He's absolutely annihilated that. Them 6 there, them for the 5. Oh yeah, before I close the video, I did say I would do this, didn't I? All people would do if they wanted to say look for a dam or buy a horse, they would just click and then they'd choose where they'd want to look. Say, for instance, we wanted to look in Ireland for Daughters of Urban, where pedigree contains the dam Urban Sea. It's just a matter of searching, and she'll come up on the list if there is any. And there you go. That's how influential Urban Sea is in the breeding of Ireland. Just the 2 pages full. That's just an example, and that's how you would find what current stallions are on the branch of the dams that you're looking at. You know, you don't go back too far, else you won't find any. You look back to, say, the 70s or the 80s, find a dam in the 7th fold in the 70s and 80s. See, with this one, that's why we chose Cox's Angel. That's all we'd do. If we want to look for ones in Ireland, which I didn't do this. This is live searching here. What we'd do, that's what you'd do, is you go to the box. You have to close it down first. Click on, because there's already one in it. Go to Ireland, click on that. Put your horses in. And you'll see there isn't any in Ireland out of Cox's. So we know there's no 8K in Ireland. But we know it's in Brazil and the USA because we looked earlier with horses such as Constitution and the other one, MC. Right, that's the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. Interesting horse, I think. New York Thunder. What I'll do at the end of the video is I will leave a bit of a steer. I'll put the US playlist up there that we've got the US Classic Hopefuls in, I think, so far. And I'll also leave people an option to subscribe if they wish to. But for now, thanks for watching the video, everybody. Take care and have a great weekend. Look after yourselves.